Your potential is endless. Namaskar. Welcome to Next IAS. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express and Press Information Bureau. So without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. Now, World Health Organization released its first global status report on drowning prevention. And it revealed that 3 lakh people died from drowning in 2021 with 92% deaths occurring in low and middle income countries. The Southeast Asian region, which includes India, accounted for 28% of global deaths, and children and young people are at the highest risk. Therefore, report highlighted the need for better data, particularly on drowning from natural disasters like flooding. It emphasizes that drowning deaths are preventable through interventions like bystander training, swimming lessons, and child daycare programs. The report also stresses that political will and investment are crucial to address drowning prevention, which requires a multi-sectoral approach. Now, Switzerland has decided to suspend the Most Favoured Nation treatment for India under the 30-year-old double taxation avoidance agreement from January 1st, 2025. The suspension follows an October 2023 ruling by the Indian Supreme Court, which stated that MFN clause does not apply automatically unless notified under the Income Tax Act. And now Indian companies operating in Switzerland will face higher tax liabilities, and the recent suspension brings tax challenges for Indian firms, particularly in sectors like financial services, pharmaceuticals and IT that have operations in Switzerland. Therefore, in this context, experts suggest that India should negotiate with treaty partners to harmonize interpretation of tax clauses, ensuring predictability, equity, and stability in the international tax framework. Now, United States has released its first ever national strategy to counter Islamophobia. The strategy focuses on 4 main priorities, which includes raising awareness of hatred against Muslim and Arabs, improving safety and security, ensuring accommodations for Muslim and Arab religious practices, and fostering cross-community solidarity. It also emphasizes that Muslim and Arabs are often targeted both for their religious identity and ethnicity. Therefore, the plan calls for better data collections, education, and dissemination of successful practices to combat hate, as well as clarifying that discrimination against Muslims and Arabs in federally funded activities is illegal. Next article focuses upon Durgadi Fort, which is located in Maharashtra, and it has been at the center of long-standing religious and political dispute. It was a 16th century fort under the Adil Shahi Sultanate, and it housed both mosque and temple. In 1760, after the Marathas captured Kalyan, they made modifications including building a temple dedicated to goddess Durga Devi and renaming it Durgadi Killa. Over time, the fort has become a site of contention between local Hindu and Muslim communities. Next article is related to National Energy Conservation Day, which is observed annually on December 14th in India to promote the importance of energy conservation. Since 1991, it has encouraged citizens to adopt energy-efficient practices and technologies to reduce energy usages and environmental degradation. In this context, Indian government has implemented various initiatives to support energy conservation, including the Perform, Achieve and Trade scheme and standard and labeling program that informs consumers about the energy efficient appliances. Next article focuses on tuberculosis, which is an infectious disease caused by bacteria that most often affects the lung. It spreads through the air when people with TB cough, sneeze or spit. And Indian government aims to eliminate tuberculosis by 2025, 5 years ahead of UN's 2030 target. And according to recent data, TB incidence has decreased by 17.7% from 237 cases per lakh population in 2015 to 195 in 2023. Next article talks about Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, which was launched in September 2017 as a centrally sponsored scheme. It provides a cash incentive of Rs 5,000 in 3 installments to pregnant women and lactating mothers for their first living child, subject to specific conditions related to partner and child health. Beneficiaries also receive maternity benefits under the Janani Suraksha Yojana and supplementary nutrition through the Anganwadi Services Scheme. And till now, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana has disbursed more than 18,000 crore rupees to more than 3 crore beneficiaries. Now, inaugural India-Philippines Maritime Dialogue took place in Manila, where both sides discussed maritime challenges and ways to enhance cooperation for mutual growth and global well-being. They emphasized adherence to rule-based order, particularly the UN Convention on Law of the Sea, and explored initiative to strengthen maritime cooperation. This dialogue marked 75 years of diplomatic relations between India and Philippines. So with this, let's conclude today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.